This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
Today, we're diving into an incredible story about grief, about connection, and really about the amazing unseen power our words can have. Let's get into it.
You know, it's a question that gets right to the heart of what it means to lose someone. When you send your words out into what feels like a total void, is anyone actually listening? We're about to explore one woman's answer to that question, and trust me, it's a story you are not going to forget.
So let's start with a young woman named Chastity Patterson. 4 years ago, she lost her father. And with that loss came this really profound, persistent grief that just wouldn't let go.
Now, for Chastity, this wasn't grief that just came in waves. No, it was more like a constant shadow. During the day, she could put on a brave face, but at night, that's when the quiet and the loneliness became totally overwhelming.
So to fight back against that silence, Chastity created this deeply personal ritual. Every single night, she'd pick up her phone and she'd send a text message to her late father's old number. It was her one-way conversation where she could just unload, tell him about her day, her hopes, her fears, everything.
And look, this wasn't something she just did for a little while. This ritual, it went on for 4 entire years, a daily record of her life, sent to a number she was absolutely sure would never, ever reply. I mean, just try to imagine the depth of what she was sharing. She texted him all the way through her fight with cancer, the absolute terror of it, and then the incredible relief of recovery. She texted him on her college graduation day, just wishing he could see her and know that she did it. She shared these moments of just crushing loneliness, the pain of losing friends, and then eventually the absolute joy of finding someone who really had her back. It was her entire life, poured out, message by message.
And that brings us to a day she dreaded every single year, the 4th anniversary of his passing. The night before, she sent her usual message. But this one was different. It was longer, more raw, and just more painfully honest than maybe any that came before it.
Just think about that for a second. Over 4 years, that's about 1,460 messages. 1,460 times she sent her thoughts out into what she believed was total silence. What an incredible act of love.
And in that final, really heartfelt message, she just poured everything out. How much she'd grown, how the pain was still there, and just how deeply, deeply she missed him. She hit send, put a phone down, and just expected, well, the same old silence.
But this time was different. Her phone lit up, a reply. Can you imagine? Her heart just starts pounding, her hands get cold. She opens the message, her eyes totally locked on the screen.
In the message she started reading, well, it began to unravel a story that was just as moving as her own. The story of the person who'd been on the other end of the line for all 4 of those years.
My name is Brad. I'm not your father, but I've been getting your messages for the last 4 years. He went on to explain that he got the number after her dad had passed, but he never replied. He was so afraid of breaking her heart or interrupting whatever this ritual meant to her.
And then came the part of the story that is it's almost unbelievable. Brad revealed that he was also a grieving parent. He had lost his own daughter in a tragic car accident back in 2014. 2 complete strangers, unknowingly connected by the very same kind of profound loss.
And right there you see this absolutely remarkable symmetry. On one side, you've got Chastity, who's healing herself by writing her pain out into the void. And on the other side, you've got Brad, a total stranger, finding his own solace by reading those exact same words. Her messages, which were sent out in grief, had accidentally become his life. Brad went on to tell Chastity that her daily messages had kept him going. He had read every single one. He knew she beat cancer. He knew she graduated. He knew she found her strength. He had watched her grow up through her texts. And then he wrote the 2 simple, powerful words she had been longing to hear for 4 years. I am proud of you.
In that one moment, Chastity realized that her words hadn't just disappeared into thin air. They had landed somewhere. They mattered. And this whole thing, it reveals a really deep truth about what happens when we express ourselves sincerely.
And that's really the core wisdom of this whole story. Sincere words are never, ever wasted. Even when you think no one is listening, they have an energy all their own. They can travel and find a home in a heart that desperately, desperately needs to hear them.
So what started as this private ritual for her to deal with her own pain
unintentionally became this incredible act of kindness. Her journey of healing transformed into a source of comfort and hope for a complete stranger. It's this incredible echo effect, right?
You know, the big takeaway here isn't just about this one amazing story. It's about what we can all do with this knowledge. How can we use our own voices, knowing that they might have this same kind of unseen power?
So, how do we actually apply this? Well, this story inspires a few really simple actions. First, reconnect. Send a quick message to someone you haven't talked to in a while. Second, check in on that friend who's maybe gone a little quiet lately. Third, say thank you. Not just a quick thanks, but a real specific thank you to someone you appreciate. And fourth, if you're in pain, write it out. Get it out of your system. Your words have so much more power than you think.
And that brings us to the final question I want to leave you with. If you were in Chastity's shoes, honestly, would you have had the faith to keep texting for 4 years straight into total silence? Or would you have given up after a week? It's a really powerful thought about hope, healing, and the words that we choose to send out into the world.